I present to you the Short Box, Season 5. Let's go, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a grand time. Lighten your comic world up like a landmine. First class Marvel man fine with a tan line. iTunes, the Short Box, you know my favorite line.
Real quick, I did get his name. G.
What is your government name?
You don't know my real name?
I do not.
That's crazy. Do you?
Is it like
Does
Quam?
anyone in here know my real name?
Is it like
no one knows your real name.
That's crazy.
Do you know how many people
Don't say
I've
it out
had?
loud.
They've
You
been
can't say it.
asking me.
Don't say
They're
it.
like, what is his real name?
Don't say it.
So wait, is that the rule? I can't.
Just don't say it. Now,
okay.
now it's a thing.
Okay. Well, apparently
It is now a thing. No, but my middle name is Daquan. That's where the Quan nickname came from. It started off as a joke, but then I just kind of accepted it. So yeah, people call me Quan. My real name is Malik, though.
Malik. Okay.
that's part of the episode. I just got that.
I did not know what it was.
All right, because let me tell you this. All right, I've been excited to do another one of these Trust Your DJ episodes. These are like our music focused episodes, and you know, it kind of gives us a chance to shift the focus from comic books and pop culture to like music. Because when the show first started, it was always like it was comic books for the first hour or first half hour, and then we would talk music for the last half hour. But like comic book movies got bigger and just pop culture started really exploding, we had to just focus strictly on comic books and pop culture. So what we started doing was these like music centric episodes. And the first Trust Your DJ happened like maybe almost a year, if not 2 years ago. And that was with the Mass Appeal and the Nick Fresh one I sent you guys. Fantastic episode. It was like really nice to return back to like a music discussion. So we've been doing them like, you know, every couple months. This one's actually part 4, which I've been excited to get both of you on board and like getting this series back up and running. So with that being said, I do want to do a quick little introduction, my little pieces. All right, Shortbox Nation, welcome to episode 242. I'm your host, Bader Milligan, and as I said, man, this is a special episode. We're back to our Trust Your DJ music series. I've got no co-host on this one particularly today, only because of just the way the schedule's lined up and etc. But I'm joined by 2 amazing guests that I've been dying to have on this show. And I mean, you guys know how bad the scheduling was. Like, can you do Sunday at 5? No, I got 2:45 open. So I'm definitely honored to welcome Geexella, and just out of respect for your first name, your government name, and Black Toilet to the show.
A.K.A. DJ Doodle Balls, A.K.A. DJ Raisin Bran, A.K.A. Kwanzaa, you know.
Oh, man. Look,
all the aliases.
I want to get something out of the way real quick. Because I realize our show, including, they always allow the other person to shout out their like handles and etc. at the end. But I want to go ahead and just do it at the beginning. So in case there's someone like, let me put a face to the name behind the mics. G, how about you start us off? Where can people find you on social media, etc.?
At Geexella, and at Geexella. And that's GEEXELLA. That's all my handles.
What about you, Black Toilet?
On Instagram, it's The Black Toilet. On Twitter, it's My Dad's Missing. Yeah. And if you see a white couple holding cans, that's not me.
I'm dead.
This is another dude on there with a similar name. So that's report him.
I love you so much.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you how much of a big fan I am of you, Black Toilet. The fact that you've got a damn near 30-year-old man telling people, "Oh, I've got Black Toilet coming on the show this Sunday," and people looking at me like,
"What the fuck?"
I'm sorry, I must have misheard you wrong, Butter. Who you got coming on the show? The only person that was like that didn't even question it, that was like, "Oh shit, that sounds dope," was my co-host, my main man, Cesar Cordera, who loves outlandish shit. Like, they're not saying that your name's outlandish. Just know that when you type in Black Toilet in Google, you get a bunch of shit that's not rap.
Yeah, it's like actual black toilets, which are like
it's amazing.
Yeah. So look, real quick before we get into the meat of this episode, I do got some quick shout outs, because we always give shout outs at the beginning of our show to kind of let our listeners and fans know that they mean the most to us.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I got a few shout outs real quick to our live studio audience here with us. Megan the Marvelous is here. He was here for our last Trust Your DJ episode.
Hell yeah.
My man Andrew Torres is here, one of the original co-founders of the show. And Tony from Create Jax.
No, don't shout him out.
Nah, Tony from Create Jax is here with us. And to be honest,
irrelevant.
In all honesty, he actually inspired this episode. He recently put out, I think last month. I know. Look, G, I'm one of the few people that wants to give him his props.
Eye
roll.
All right? The hardest eye roll.
But he actually inspired this episode because on his Create Jax website, he posted a link, or actually a post about the top 10 Jacksonville music artists to watch. It's on Create Jax. That's CRE8Jax.com. There's a music tab with that article. But he listed the top 10 music acts that he felt that people should watch. And I was familiar with a few of the names on there. With Black Toilet, you were on there. Gia, I want to say you were on there. And some other names too. Damn, hating ass Tony.
Hating ass.
So I want to definitely give shout outs to Tony for inspiring this episode, and he's actually in the audience, quote unquote audience, taking pics. And lastly, this one is a special shout out. This is a shout out to my barber, Justin Reiner. He just had a baby. So congratulations to Justin.
Congrats,
and
baby.
I want to shout him out particular because he's the one that introduced me to you, Black Toilet.
Wow.
He was cutting my hair, and he is one of these cats, man. He isn't quote unquote active on the scene. He's not always out at the shows, etc., or a 1904 show or a Rain Dog show, but he still manages to keep his finger on the pulse of things.
Hell yeah.
And it was maybe a year ago. He was like, B, he knows about the podcast, how I have different guests on. He's like, B, yo, have you heard about this Black Toilet dude? And I did the same thing. I was like,
what?
Like, I was like, hold up. Hey, stop coming here. What'd you say? He's like, Black Toilet. And I was like, all right, just let me find him on Instagram, let me add him, and I'll look for him later. And I think it's around the same time that you put out your What video.
Oh, shout out to Walker
so
Flocker.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes,
fantastic
shout out to
visuals.
him.
Fantastic visuals. I did it in true Botter form, and Drew will tell you. Someone could tell me something about something. Yo, you should check this out. You'll like it a lot. And it's probably 100% right. I will probably love it, but it'll take me 2 weeks to check it out.
Yes.
And so in true Botter form, a month later, I ended up going down the Black Toilet rabbit hole.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm a big fan, man.
I'm so sorry.
And I was really jealous that David or Mecca had a chance to see you live.
Yes.
He is an amazing producer.
Oh, he's fantastic. He does all the instrumentals for this show.
So
he does all
good.
the beats and all that.
yes.
He's fantastic. So I wanted to kind of lead with that. So, ladies and gents, what we're about to get into is a deep dive and a conversation through these two fantastic artists, why you should be checking them out, why you should give more local Jax musicians and artists a chance, but primarily just kind of talk music. Our scene here in Jax, as told from the previous Trust Your DJ episodes, it's a thriving and a very talented group of individuals out there making dope music, making dope art, making dope, a bunch of stuff. Just if you look at our list of guests that we've had on, we don't have them on for any politics reasons. We don't have them on for an exchange or because they gave us something. It's because we genuinely feel, this is dope. This is something that needs to be highlighted more. And this is what these Trust Your DJ episodes and these music ones give us a chance to do, is highlight acts that we feel, I've been listening to them. It's our core base listening to them. So hopefully Geexella and Black Toilet. I'm going to call you BT for the rest of the
yeah,
episode. How about that?
Why?
BT.
His name is so great.
All right.
It needs to be said.
You're right. Black Toilet.
I personally vote for
Hopefully,
BT, honestly.
by the end of this episode, you guys will have another fan out there or someone else that'll show up to your
Hopefully.
events. So,
Can I
I
say
hope
one
so.
thing to your barber real quick, though?
yeah, go ahead.
All right, as soon as your baby learns how to talk, buy him a trumpet or a saxophone. You will thank me later.
Oh, okay.
Buy him an extremely hard instrument.
What was the
to
name of
learn how
that
to
song
play.
you got? Sax is cooler. I
Sax
want to
is
quit
cool,
rapping.
yeah.
Sax is cooler.
If I learn how to
Yes.
play sax, I wouldn't rap. So I'm waiting to buy one.
Well, let me ask you
Hell
guys
yeah.
this. Well, actually, I would not be doing our show and our fans justice. So we have this tradition on the show, right? When we have new guests that are joining the Shortbox family for the first time, we ask them these pivotal, like these 2 or 3 pivotal questions that we feel like this will set the ground floor for everyone listening. So my man C normally does, but he's not here. So I'm going to do my best to fill his shoes. But and G, you can take it away first, all right? Who are you, and why should our listeners really be paying attention right now?
So my name is Geexella, and why your listeners should be paying attention to me? I don't know. I think I'm creating some really cool spaces here in town. Really trying to just get queer folks into one room, to get to know each other and know that, that we're here, taking up space in the South. And also just trying to create just different spaces other than going to the bar or going to, I don't know, your normal meetup. Just trying to create spaces for folks to just be in.
Okay.
And feel
fair.
good and not feel judged or feel weird. My bad. I'm not doing what you told me to do.
You're fine.
And creating spaces where folks just don't feel judged or feel weird in them. That's pretty much it.
Okay, no, that's good. Black Toilet, what about you?
My name is the Black Toilet, aka DJ Doodle Balls, aka DJ Raisin Brain.
It's so
I have an EDM album coming out soon under the
Yes.
name
All I ask is
DJ
for
Bass and
honesty.
Bird.
Do you honestly have an EDM album coming out?
Yeah,
Oh,
I really
fuck
enjoy
yeah.
like
Okay.
house music and whatnot. So I'm releasing some more of that stuff. But the reason you should be listening to me, I'm not sure. If you found it, I hope you like it. And I'm sorry for what happens once you start to like it, because I really need to work on putting more music out frequently.
Yeah.
Something I need to work on. But I'm just trying to stay as true to myself as I can.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something everyone should do instead of trying to chase what's popular and what's cool and shit.
Interesting you
Yes.
bring that up, right? Because that's one of my first questions is the vibe I get from both of your crafts and your artistry and your music is a sense of inclusion. You know, I think, G, you said it in the introduction in your answer is that you wanted to create a different space outside of the normal vibe, and it kind of brings, and we'll definitely talk about Duval folks, but same thing for you, Black Toilet. Like I follow you on Instagram, so I see like the post from your the shows that you've done, and I've seen the crowd, and I've seen the different types of folks in your crowd. Is inclusion always at the forefront of your mind when you're creating your craft? And I mean, feel free, G, if you want to lead us off. I mean, to answer that, like, is that something you subconsciously think of when you make your events or your mixes
Yes.
or your songs?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's just from my experience personally, just going to rap shows, like going to like certain events, just not feeling like right in those spaces, not feeling like I should be there, not seeing like other people that look like me there, and honestly just not seeing like people having fun, just like
people
being
just,
on their phone,
phones,
yeah,
it's the
on their
worst.
phone, like on the
Sounds the
wall, and it was just like weird, and I'm just like, why are these spaces like that don't feel welcoming? It's like, okay, these are the few times that I'm always around Black people, and I'm like really like happy about that, but it still feels like weird to me, you know. That's just my like personal like experience.
Yeah.
But that, and I think that's what is always in the mind, like with when I'm creating a space, especially when I'm doing like my mixes and stuff, I'm trying to find like all different kinds of ranges of folks, like different types of artists, especially in the city too. Just like trying to find like little gems where I can like put Duval artists like in my mixes and things like that. So yeah.
And I'll say for anyone listening, both of these artists I've got on, these guests I have on, both have SoundCloud pages.
Ayo.
Real quick, can you guys give those a shout out real quick?
Yeah.
Just at the beginning.
It's just Geexella, Geexella.
And mine is The Black Toilet, THEPLA.
G, I want to enhance something that you said. When you're making your mixes, you think about adding Duval talent.
Oh yeah,
And
100%.
your mix, I think it was a Duval Folks Volume 1.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why I love this track by an artist named Indy here in town.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
the track's
She's
called Palm Trees,
amazing.
right?
Yep.
Palm
Trees
trees.
That's crazy.
It's so good.
And I got a question later, and it's derived from like feeling like, God damn it, why can't I get more? Like, where's the other shit?
Yeah.
Like Indy, for anyone listening, if you go on SoundCloud, look up this incredible R&B. I want to say R&B.
Yeah.
Vocalist named Indy. She got a song called Palm Trees. It is
So good.
fantastic.
Mind-blowing.
And the fact that
So
she's
good.
on your mix, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, she's from Duval.
Yeah.
Oh, word. That's
Every
dope.
single person on that mix is from Duval.
There's so much talent in this
So,
city.
and that was
Wow.
just like volume 1, because even with like Tony, no shade, no tea, he was like, I was like, yeah, I want to make a volume 2, like even more. He's like, is there enough content in Jacksonville for that? I'm like, boy, yes.
And
there's like so many more artists that
Yeah.
I haven't even included that was just on volume 1.
And I got a follow-up question for that, but I wanted to let Black Toilet speak as far as like that message or that vibe of inclusion. I mean, is that something that you're consciously thinking about when you're making music?
Well, when I first started making music, I was like just alone in my garage, just learning how to mix and whatnot. Like most of all of my music came from my garage, so it was like just me being in there learning how to create. So I wouldn't say I was thinking of inclusion. I was just thinking of what I could do to like express how I felt on a song. So I try not to think about the outside or what someone else might think of it while I'm creating, because that'll just shut your whole creative process down. So I don't want to say I was thinking and feeling that way. It was just how it happened or how it sounded once it came out.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
No. It sounds like it just happened to be the message. It happened to be the vibe, you know?
yes.
Okay, no, that's dope. So speaking about early starts and whatnot, can you guys pinpoint a moment in your careers or in your past that you felt like okay, this was it. This is the moment that I decided I'm going to dedicate all my time, all my energy to my craft. Or maybe it was a project or a song or a feature or some event that you felt like, okay, I am now DJ Geexella. I am now the Black Toilet. Like, do you guys have a defining moment like that for you, Black Toilet?
It was definitely What.
The song What.
Yeah,
right?
once that the video, because the song came out like a full year before the video came out. And I called Walker. I was like, "Hey, what are you up to?" He was like, "I'm just hanging out." I was like, "You want to shoot a video?" He was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we went downtown and we're just like riding around. I was like, "Wait, this might be cool," and we just started piecing it together. For it to be that random, it kind of like changed the momentum I had with my music, because I gained like over 700 followers the day it came out, and it was like, wow, I could like go somewhere with this. So,
and I think that might have been around when the video dropped. That was around the time Justin had told me, and when I ended up even like now to watching this video, like I was showing Drew like both of your music, and I was playing a lot of the videos that you've got up, Black Toilet, and I'm sorry, it's going crazy me still, but. There's something highly entrancing about that what song to begin with, but the video, the fact that there's a scene, and I actually captured it for like one of our posts on Instagram. There's a scene where you're on a lawn chair on top of a building, and I think it's the Wells Fargo building is in the back, and like I paused it right. I keep pausing it actually on that, and it's just something so fucking Jacksonville about it, and it's like this weird sense of pride fills me up when I watch that video, because it's like, damn, this, like the vibe I get from listening when I first heard that song was like the same vibe I got listening to rap for the first time in freshman year.
Wow,
it was like this weird like sense of like, damn. This talent is here, and this talent is like right up my alley. Like I love that vibe and that aesthetic, but the fact that this motherfucker is on a goddamn lawn chair with the Wells Fargo in the back representing Jax, it's like, oh, I'm a fan. I'm an absolute fan.
Fun fact: there was like a 5-story drop like right behind me. Like if I would have leaned too far back, I wouldn't have been sitting in this chair right now.
Yeah, that's kind of ballsy.
I almost died that night.
Yeah, don't imagine you probably waited to show your mom that video. Like,
she was super excited. She's like my #1 fan, Luke.
Oh,
no, that's dope.
That's amazing.
That's dope.
Shout out to mom. She just dropped me off.
Yes.
And I won't lie to you. That's like the funniest shit.
No, he started waving. My mom was like, no, I'm not slowing down. Do you see him? I was like, no, that's him. That has to be him.
I love it.
Like, I actually said, if his mom pulls up and drops him off, I'm going to feel old as shit. And I definitely feel old as shit around this youthful energy. But, same question to you. What was like that moment or that project for you that you dropped, or whatever it may be, that you felt, okay, I'm Geexella, the rapper, singer, and DJ? Or maybe it's separate.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely separate. I think for DJing, it definitely was Duval Folks 1. I really didn't expect like the love and the amount of people to come out, and just the total vibe that I really wanted really just happened. And it was very organic, and it was really cool to be able to kind of like collaborate with all my friends on the visuals, and then just to have like all my homies in the front row just like kind of dancing and like getting it, and just to see like a lot of other folks in Jacksonville just there like being free and not like being worried about, you know, anything or anyone, and just like truly just like dancing. And it was just amazing to see that.
And Geexella, I didn't do you enough justice. I actually found out about you earlier on, and it was because I had seen like Willie Evans, who's a good friend of the show. We've had him on like 2 or 3 times. Some of my favorite episodes.
He's the reason for Geexella.
And I remember when he had posted or was advertising that he had like this young up and coming rapper that he was helping out, and I remember it was you or whatnot, which kind of leads me to my question for the both of you. What has been the reception, whether it's feedback, advice, or a reach out from some of the more seasoned or established musicians here in Jackson? I mean, how have you guys, because I kind of consider both of you a new vanguard of artists coming out of Jax. Yeah. And, you know, there's definitely some pivotal like names and then just concrete names in our city, such as Willie Evans or Peyton Locke or Mass or Mal Jones, etc., at least in the hip-hop space. That, you know, I consider like Duval hip hop or just music royalty. Mm-hmm. I mean, how has the relationship been between, you know, some of these more established seasoned veterans and then this new kind of class?
Yeah. Well, for me, Willie definitely helped and kind of birthed like everything that I do. He was my DJ from the very start, from the beginning, and also my producer.
Which is really dope to think that someone as established as Willie was willing to be like,
and
I
peeped him onto
DJ.
you. I was like, you need to check out this kid, the Black Toilet. He's like, what? I'm like, bro, no, just listen. When we did that show at Kuma Fest, he stayed for your set.
Yeah.
But yeah, he really helped me. Like, after every single show, for me, I'd be like, okay, what did I do good? What did I do bad? You know, and he'd be like, okay, you need to work on this, this, and that. You need to do this. You need to do that. Even with like the producing part, when I was recording, like he was there every single step of the way, telling me and telling me how to book shows, how to talk to venue owners, how to create rapport with them. Even and he's also a designer, like a graphic designer. So even how my flyers need to look, like what I need to do on social media, how to book shows, like how to do shit out of town, you know. So he like pretty much helped me a lot of the ways. And I think a lot of venue owners just kind of respected me from that too, just knowing that I kind of roll with the like Asimov crew, you know. Because even Peyton Locke, he was the first person to even teach me how to DJ. So, but he was the one that was like, you need to be an artist, not a DJ right now. So, yeah.
Okay, no, that's dope. What about you, Black Toilet?
Speaking on a statement, artist and not a DJ right now kind of hurts my heart. The art of DJing is dying slowly, and we're doing nothing to prevent it.
That part.
I felt the same way when I learned that Paris Hilton was getting paid huge bucks to quote unquote DJ around the world. But that might be, no, that's safe to say, that is a goal of these quote unquote, you know, Trust Your DJ episodes.
Yeah.
When we had Nick Fresh on and Mass Appeal, one of the things that I took away was like, damn, like there's so many caveats and nuances to DJing that I don't think people appreciate. You know, I think a lot of people think that these guys are really up there just pressing buttons, and it's like, no, they're curating a vibe. They're creating,
it's an art for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's an art.
It's an art. So,
you know, of course, these episodes have transformed into allowing rappers and whatnot on the show and musicians, period, to talk about their craft and whatnot. But I agree that it's definitely important to keep DJing as an art form and respect it as so.
Yeah.
But Black Toilet, as far as my question, for the both of you, how has the response been from the established kind of seasoned veterans of the Duval rap scene, or just music scene in general?
As far as the veterans in the Jacksonville area and the established rap scene, I haven't personally talked to any or seen any feedback from them. Not saying that it's not there, just saying I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Mostly all the feedback I get is from people I like see in public or like DMs from a recent post or something. So that's about like all the response I get from like established music. But from the art and music scene in general, I feel like we're all going somewhere, but we're still extremely separated. I feel like we're all extremely separated. Like, there's not enough collaboration happening within the art and music scene in Jax. That's how I truly feel about it.
Let me take a quick step back, because I'm curious as to how you got to this point. Because you mentioned making music in your garage, which is pretty similar to my very own brother Mecca. And then G, you had spoken about Willie kind of taking you underneath his wing.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys want to talk a little more about your early days and your start? I mean, for you, Black Toilet, I mean, what ignited the need or the want to make music?
I was always in love with music, like not even only rap. Like, I'm a huge jazz person. Like, I rarely listen to rap when I'm listening to music. Like, I think today is Al Hurt's birthday.
Okay.
Which is crazy. He's an insane trumpet player. I don't know if you want to know who Al Hurt is, but today's his birthday. But yeah, I was just always in love with music and how it was made. And then once I found out who MF Doom and Madlib was, I lost my mind.
Hell yeah.
So you say something in one of my favorite songs by you, Braggadocious Lines. You said you had a line in there that resonated with me, speaking about, the first time I kind of fell in love with hip-hop. You got a line in there. You said, "I never learned nothing from my teachers. I learned most of my knowledge from my favorite rappers."
True story.
You don't understand, like, for me, how true that shit is.
Yes.
At least through high school, it was like I was learning how to conduct myself and like kind of navigate being a quote unquote, try to be cool. I'd learned most of like that through rap. It's
yes,
like,
sir.
because my teachers, were just teaching me how to pass grades. But as far as life shit, and like a personality, I think rap played such a big part. So I mean, as far as like some of the you mentioned MF Doom, some of these jazz icons. I mean, who else are you inspired by?
Ooh,
I think I forgot the name of the other song, but you mentioned like being really sad when Mac Miller died. So I imagine maybe him too.
That sucked. Yes, but asking me my biggest inspirations is like asking a producer his favorite artist or his favorite song. There's just so many people I owe like respect to for my style and whatnot. It's just like the list goes on forever. Like Eric B and Rakim and Jesus. That's like.
If you need more time to think about it, I'll let you. I know that's kind of a tough.
That's like a.
Trust me, I got asked the other day like my top 10 favorite like protagonists, and I was like, let me just spitball some names. But I will say how I've won some folks over to listening to your music. And I try my best not to say, oh, they sound just like this, because you're your own artist, and I respect that. But sometimes it helps to promote and pitch your music to other folks that are kind of like on the fence by using similarity that they're aware of. So I think for you, I've said like you are, and I'm sure you probably get this a lot. So excuse me, you probably get a lot of like, he's like Tyler the Creator.
Oh,
true or false?
True story.
But I feel like you're Tyler now, where he's found like this kind of unique sound.
That is
like,
a very scary statement.
Meets like the native tongue, so like the Tribe Called Quest vibe. Meets like a special ed. Meets like, for some reason, man, your beats remind me of like Big L. I don't know how to explain it.
He was crazy.
Oh, he was one of the fucking best.
So nice.
But it's
Outkast
something
as well.
It's,
I would love to respect him.
Early Outkast Dungeon Family. I don't know, like those are
Sleepy Brown too.
Yeah, like those are my like kind of go to, and of course the MF Dooms and stuff. So if you want to think about more about your influences, you can come back to that. But G, same thing for you. Like, what was kind of the start of you for your career, and as well as like some of the influences you've had?
Definitely the start was probably just like doing a lot more shows with Willie. Willie,
how'd you meet Willie, if you don't mind me asking? How'd that relationship start?
Damn, I met Peyton first, and then I think I kind of just met Willie. Oh, I opened up for him when he did his Introducing album. When he had that album, when I opened up for him. When I used to be in Stank Sauce, and so we opened up for Willie Evans. And so that's kind of how I met him, and then asked him to produce some records for me. And then I asked him to be my DJ, and we started doing shows, and that's how a lot more folks knew about me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your particular sounds, because there's probably some folks right now that are like, okay, I'm getting the background, but what do they sound like? 'Cause, they probably haven't had time to press play. But
yeah,
Geexella, I went on your website, which is, once again, I think it speaks to, I think for you are this polished artist in the sense of like you understand the business side because you've had Willie as a teacher. Like you were talking about making relationships with the spots, with the people that run the soundboard or whatever it may be, or the people that book the shows.
Yeah, 100%.
Like the fact that you have a website that has like a CV, a media section. I was impressed. It's like, okay, she's got her act together. She understands branding or whatnot. But your site was interesting because you wrote, there's a little blurb that says, this Afro-Latina has generated a new sound with a fusion in her roots. Can you expand on what this sound is? What is your sound?
Oh, it's such a mixture of like so many things. Definitely something that inspired a lot of what I do is the internet, and also Tribe Called Quest. I love a Tribe Called Quest. They're my favorite artists. I got them tattooed like on my arm. The One Theory is like one of my favorite albums. So just like a mixture of just kind of like sad boy music and Tribe. I think a lot of boom bap things are happening, and a mixture of singing and rapping with Willie Evans Jr.'s style definitely is kind of like my sound 100%. And being half black, half Mexican, I kind of really pull a lot from those roots as well when I'm creating records, or even just like my experience of being queer and like living in the South. Like all of that kind of like inspires a lot of the things that I write, just because I'm feeling things all of the time. So it's definitely reflective in my records.
So you had an album that came out in 2017.
Yes.
It's called G Things, right? Which is a fantastic name.
Thank
Even
you.
the album art was really, really, really dope.
Thank you.
Do you feel like that is a good starting point for people?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, do you think that encapsulates the sound?
Yeah, no, 100%. All those records are all of like a lot of my first things that I wrote, and my experience of when I got into a super crazy car accident, and I kind of feel like that really restarted my life, and like basically like leads to who I am now. Every single day, I try my best to do like all the good things that I need to do, but at the end of the day, it ain't nothing but a G thing. So
Damn.
That's so hard.
that is incredibly.
May I please restart mine? Like,
And you know the albums, I really like the first two tracks a lot. Lucid Dreamer and She Trippin'.
Thank
I think
you.
I even complimented you. You even got like a star on Apple Music, which is
I know.
always a good
I was
sign.
like, I didn't even know what that meant until you said it. I was like, oh, damn, that is a thing.
And this is a kind of a question for both of you as far as when it comes to how music is recorded today and kind of distributed.
Yeah.
I had with Geexella, I mean, I see you've got this project on Apple Music.
Yeah.
With Black Toilet, I've noticed that I wasn't able to find much of your music, if at all, really, on any of the big kind of streaming platforms.
I hate the way music is being distributed nowadays. I hate it.
Which leads me to my question.
It's a whole process.
Is there a reason why, and I say this with the utmost respect, is there a reason why there is a sense of scarcity for both of your music? It seems like SoundCloud is the kind of maybe the main HQ for both of you for your music.
You
I
know-
know that I can find your mixes, Geexella, on there. I'm not sure if I can find the album or whatnot, but your
Yeah,
SoundCloud,
it's on there, yeah.
Your SoundCloud is populated with music mixes. Black Toilet, same thing for you. I think you've got like a best of playlist. You've got the Boiled Egg album on there
Yes.
too.
Hey.
So good.
So it makes me wonder, and I've heard similar things where music nowadays is shorter. You know, it's 2-minute tracks, you know, a minute, whatever, if that. Is that a conscious decision for both of you when it comes to making shorter tracks or scarcity?
Well, my songs are all under 3 minutes because it's just extremely difficult to write longer than a minute and a half. And I don't think people realize how hard it is to write a verse when you're actually trying to construct bars together. So that's just the reason mine is that short. And the reason I'm not, it's a long
look,
process.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
Sometimes I be
Just
as a non-musician, I be overthinking things. From the other side, I'm like, maybe it's like they're really trying to represent like
Yeah.
like maybe he's 16 bars is like, you know, represents like the core fundamentals of hip hop, and it's like
Sometimes
nah, it's just
it's a
really fucking
process.
hard.
Yeah.
difficult sometimes. But the reason I'm not on Apple Music or Spotify yet, I just miss the I hear stories of like my mom going to the CD store with all her friends. They used to meet people there and buy records and stuff. And
Yeah.
it was like a full event. Now you just sit at home, pull your phone out, and you have a new album.
Yeah.
So I'm still holding on to the
I understand the sense of appreciating the nostalgia factor. I do. I mean, I still buy records, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
But do you feel like that might hinder you?
Yep.
Yup.
It's extremely hindering. And even my mom was like, just let it go. You have to mix in some of the new with the old or it's not going anywhere. She tells me
Yeah.
that all the time.
Yeah.
How big is your mom's influence on your music and career?
Oh,
it sounds like she
huge.
supports you really
It's
well.
huge. She's like my best friend.
Didn't she? I noticed you had opened up for Xavier Wolf.
Oh,
last
that was
week, right?
insane. People think that was
Tell us a story.
staged.
Tell us a story.
So
Wow.
I'm performing my first song and she isn't there yet. So I'm thinking like, where's my mom?
Yeah.
So I'm just finishing it, and then at the start of the second verse, my phone rings, and I look and it's my mom. So I show the crowd that my mom was calling. Everyone was like, they kind of like got quiet. So I finished the song and she was still calling. So I answered it and put it on speaker. And she was like, I'm outside. I was like, outside of where? She was like, I'm out front right now. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I'm on stage. She was like, what? You're on stage? And everybody heard her and went crazy.
Oh my God.
And that kind of started the show. It kind of set the mood for it.
That's so
So,
amazing.
no, that's really fly. Gee, same question for you as far as like the scarcity thing,
Yeah.
and as well as like maybe the way you record. I mean, is that something in the forefront, or why the scarcity?
The scarcity of like how many records I have, or just like
Yeah, like why use SoundCloud?
I think
of all
it's
things?
sound. Well, I have my music on Spotify and Apple Music as well. Other than SoundCloud, But I think it's just, for me, it's just finding the time to like really like not have those type of stressors of like during the week to like record and like get it together, and then making sure my voice sounds good, making sure that like I'm feeling comfortable to get into a space to want to record too. Cause that can be hard too, cause my live performances are totally different from like how my records sound, you know? So trying to be able to capture like that type of vibe, like through like recording is like super tough sometimes, for me anyways, when it comes to recording.
Okay. Black Toilet, you have a signature look. You rock
That's
this
crazy.
orange, what do I want to call it? It's not a beanie. I guess an orange beanie. But it makes me think about artists who, you know, the phrase that you hear a lot when it comes to musicians, the total package, you know, the triple threat, you know, being able to sing, rap, whatever it may be. I want to kind of go into your personal styles. Like, totally, I believe that you only thrift shop, right? Like,
Yes,
that's
sir.
kind of, is that a conscious thing?
It's cheaper,
Okay.
and you don't know what you're going to find. So if you go into a thrift store expecting to find something, you're going to be extremely disappointed. So it kind of has it's random.
Okay, because I was wondering if it's meticulous, if it's like, I'm going to rock my orange signature beanie because it's a brand. Like, do you think about it in the sense of like branding?
At first it wasn't, then I wore it to a show, and that's how people like recognized me. It's like, oh yeah, he was the kid in the orange hat, which I only paid like $3 for this hat.
Okay.
It was like outside in the bin, and I was like, oh, this looks cool, so I just wore it the day. I like bought it the day before the show.
And I think that was one of my selling points to my boy Drew, right? Was that we had a conversation about like kind of rap and the kind of, I'm trying to figure out the wording, but I guess I'll just say it. How sometimes it feels like a shameless plug for an endorsement deal. Like some rap records feel more like an endorsement deal, you know, that they had to do. You know, I got to plug in these products, whatnot. But that was one thing about your music that was missing, and it was a good minus. You know, it was like, no, I'm not hearing brand names being dropped or whatnot. It's like he's got this very minimalist, unique style, and it forces you to listen to the raps more. It forces you to.
They're important.
Yes,
the words
they are.
are extremely important. People think words don't matter, but they do.
Which is, I
Words
cannot
matter.
stand that logic. It's like, no, this is rap. Like, you understand it's poetry, right? Like, so words fucking matter.
They matter
Yes.
a lot.
Like, big time. You know, it matters. But there are certain instances and spaces where maybe it should be more of a vibe. You know, if you're at a party or a club, you know, I'm not trying to listen to a deep fucking 16
That's what
bar
my mom was
rap.
telling me. That's exactly what my mom
There's different sittings for different spot, and that's what I kind of appreciate about hip hop. But Geexella, same thing for you. You know, you've got a unique style, and I mean, I'm talking about coming from the Afro Latinx perspective, the queer perspective. I mean, how do you incorporate? I mean, is incorporating your style a conscious thing that you do, or I mean, how do you go about it?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely just always trying to like rock the hair, rock the earrings, like some crazy outfit too. I'm definitely thrifting all the time as well, and I think that definitely derives from like just the younger years. Me and my mom used to like thrift all the time and go like garage selling and all the things. And I love
But
shoes.
you got like you were telling me, like an Afro Latinx flair to it.
Yeah. Definitely. I think just like the colors a lot. I love colors.
Yeah.
And I think that's from like my tias and stuff, like always wearing like crazy cool like colors or flowers or anything like that. And then just like rocking some sneakers. I'm definitely a sneakerhead 100%. I don't think anyone has ever seen me in heels or anything. And I think that's just like being comfortable and just being like me.
No, and you know, I'm gonna ask you the same question too as I asked Black Toilet.
Yeah.
Are your family supportive of what you do, especially coming from, you know, a Latino background?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My mom and like my tias, like all across the like United States and Mexico, they're always commenting on my things like, "Oh my gosh, good job, mija!" Like, you know, all the things. My mom is always a fan. She's always buying T-shirts. I'm like, "Mom, why are you buying my shirt?" like she needed a shirt. She's like, "Here's $20 for it. I know you sell them." I'm like, "Mom, you do not need to give me money for this at all." And she's like always wanting to come to my shows, and I'm just like, "Mom, I cannot have you out here at a bar at like 2:00 o'clock in the morning. Like, I will jump off the stage and fight someone right now because she wants to be in the front row and she like wants to support me, and I'm here for it. I like worry about her safety, you know.
Aww.
Yeah, but she's amazing. She's always there for me, and she took me to all my vocal lessons when I was a kid, and like, you know, whatever I wanted to do, like she's always was my number one fan. So,
which is fantastic here for the both of you, because you could easily be in a position that, you know, we've heard or seen or know people from, where it's like this really talented individual who doesn't have the family support, and it's like, no, you need to get a job, no, you need to get out of my house, go to college or whatnot. But it sounds like both of you have a very supportive foundation, and when I say foundation, I'm talking family. That is the foundation.
I mean, even like my sister, my dad, like they have like all my little magazine clippings, and like my sister like will like anytime I'm printed up, she'll get like 10 copies of it and like pass it out to her friends and shit like that. No, it's like it's super dope to have that and to like know that they really do like you know, care about like what I'm doing. And they're like super supportive of it. So hell yeah.
I want to talk about some of the the projects and things you guys have underway right now. And I'm gonna start out with UG, because one of the like on my list of regrets when it comes to like Jacksonville things, it's been haven't seen Black Toilet live yet.
Oh my gosh, you have
and it's
to.
Also
you
been
have to go.
It's
see
also
him.
been not having been to one of these Duval Folks parties.
That's how I found out about Geexella.
Yo, let me. I want our listeners to like.
Yeah, because we're talking about the rabbit hole situation. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Because like he had messaged me and was like, I want you to like DJ my like album release party. I was like, all right, here's another fucking rapper asking me to DJ.
And his name's Black Toilet.
I know, and his name is Black Toilet. But at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, let me just listen to this nigga. Let me see. Can I say that word?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like cuss. So I'm like,
yo, trust me. There's something that I wish I would have edited early on. No, you get.
So yeah, I was like, let me just listen to this, man. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I watched your what video. I was like, and I was like, yo, like you are dope. I was like, whatever you want me to do, like I will be there DJing for you.
My friend's like, yeah, she's it's this event going down at 1904. I was like, oh yeah, sweet, that's normal. Event at 1904, let's do it. Then he was like, no, we got to go through spliffs though. I was like, why are we going through spliffs? And I walk out back and it's packed. I'm like, how did this happen?
I don't even know.
Where did all these people come from?
I don't know where they came from. Tony was like, yo, this is crazy.
And that's the thing. Tony has this way of going to any event, photographing it, taking pictures in a way where you're like, oh, damn, that looks really dope.
I wish I was there.
But exactly. Thank you so much. But when I saw the pictures from the first Duval Folks party, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Where is this? Like, there's no way this is here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and even my friends that are out of the town, they're just like, yo, G, you make me want to move to Jacksonville because of this party.
And here's the thing, I missed out not only once, I missed out again for Duval Folks 2, and I'm like,
yo, did you go to 3?
Wait, how many of you had 3?
I've had 3.
Oh my God.
Oh damn!
That was just 2. Okay, well, I will be at 4.
Right. You will be at 4.
So was 3 after Color Me Kona? Was that 3?
3 was the same day as Color Me Kona.
Okay.
It was like the after party, right?
Yeah,
I was there.
So wait, let's take a step back.
Should I tell them 4?
Oh yeah.
Should I tell the listeners the date of 4?
Are you announcing 4 right now?
Should I announce it now?
Well, first of all, can you tell us?
Should I do it?
I know what it is and whatnot, but for our listeners listening for the first time, what is Duval Folks? What is this party?
So Duval Folks is like, it's a party. It's a new kind of dance party in Jacksonville. It's no homophobia, no transphobia. We're not asking people to touch them or bother them.
It's basic
and like all inclusive like dance party basically.
It's kind of basic common sense of don't fuck with them.
But nowadays you have to tell people the common sense.
You literally have to tell people that, because if you go to certain, I mean, you're not 21, but not to put you out there like
I'm probably
that.
the youngest person in this room.
I think
for
you
sure.
are,
for sure.
but not to put you out there. But I did. You know, when you go into certain spaces in town, like even if you're dancing or just like kind of going out, you have to like let people know, like, hey, can you please respect my space?
Fair.
Can you please not touch me? Like, can you please just like chill out? You know what I mean? Don't assume like my gender, and let's just like dance. You know what I mean? And then not be like this like weird like predatory situation, you know. So I wanted to create a space for that, and also a space for like queer like POC folks to be in and to dance in and to feel like safe in, honestly, at the end of the day.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
that's so
that's what it is.
so giant kind of party takes. I think you've done it with 1904 and Spliffs for the past 2 or 3 parties.
Yeah, the last 3 were.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next one will be moving into.
And I mean,
a new space.
is it as simple as that? Because I don't want to confuse our listeners or make them, misdirect them. But it really is as simple as come out, dance, have a good time.
But it's
You're
also
DJing.
Yeah, but it's also still like a very. I really want it to be a very intentional space too. For POC like queer folks, like other folks are invited into it, of course, but like just knowing that like queer like POC bodies are the center of this space, and we're not fetishizing them, we're not like bothering them, but knowing that this space is specifically and intentionally for them. So
I feel like did either of you guys watch Atlanta?
yes.
I've never seen it.
Oh
my God, you gotta watch it.
Damn, you gotta watch
There's
it.
do you remember
I
the
just got
episode?
some eyes from the room. Please talk about something.
Yo,
else.
Do
you
you remember?
need to
Do you
watch
remember
it.
the episode where he's in jail and the dude was talking to he was talking across him and he was like, "Yo, act why are you acting weird? Just act normal." Like that's I feel like that should be the message to do. Yo, just act normal.
Yeah, just like
don't
chill.
make a big deal.
You know what I mean?
Can I beg you for
Yes.
the details for Duval Folks? Party
Is it
number 4?
happening?
So it is happening.
Wow.
It's happening on April 20th
Uh-oh.
at Cork.
Saturday. That's a Saturday,
It's
folks.
a Saturday. Yes.
So Cork's Art District, right?
Cork Arts District.
Wawa's
people-
going to be so upset.
Say what?
Wawa's
They about to be so
Wait, so-
upset.
Do people need to? Do they need to buy a ticket? Do they need to? I mean, what's the deal?
So it's gonna be a sliding scale this time. Only because I do want to sustain this, and it's a lot. It's starting to be like a lot bigger.
You do promo for it. Like, you do promo leading up
I
to
do
it, yeah.
promo. I do a video. I do a music video. I do a photo shoot for it. But also just wanting to do more with it other
No,
than it
sure.
just be like just this like type of dance night, you know. Also wanting to have folks just kind of like meet up there, kind of feel like good in the space. Having more sections than just like the dance party. Also gonna have Willie Evans Jr. do an audio video beat set as well.
Real quick, if you've never seen
Yeah.
Willie Evans
Do that.
video mixes,
It's
oh,
amazing.
they're so dope.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the next one.
So April 20th, that's a Saturday, folks.
Yeah.
Cork's Art District. Where can is there a website people can go?
So I haven't like officially released the date yet. I'm still waiting for some pictures and some videos from shout out Tenny Rudolph. But once those are sent to me, no shade, no tea to someone in the room. That's when, that's when it'll be out. But no one will be turned away at the door for lack of funds.
Fair.
Just like letting folks know, like, hey, this is like the future of what I want Duval Folks to be. And this next one is more so kind of like a fundraiser to try and like help sustain it more.
Cool.
That's a
And
good
wanting
idea.
to like,
I respect
make
that.
it like bigger and better for
Look,
people.
If the pictures do the parties any justice, which I imagine they absolutely do,
Yeah.
then I imagine
and
you're gonna
videos too. There's
I'm-
videos.
The last
I
one was
imagine,
crazy.
Yeah.
I
the last
imagine
one was amazing.
The feedback and the support is there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I just don't.
Oh, no,
I just don't see
definitely.
people not wanting to support
I
that.
have a lot of people that message me and even just recognize me, and they're like, "Oh, you're Duval Folks." I'm like, "Yes, I'm Duval Folks."
I'll say this
know.
about you, and this once again speaks to like your work ethic. I swear, every time I get on Instagram or even Facebook, you've got an event going on every week. Like no doubt about it. You are mixing, you are DJing somewhere, you are doing something, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, that is how you keep your name out.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I
man.
think
you
that's
hustle, Giella.
I
Like
thank
you hustle hard.
Thank you.
I respect
And that's
it.
what I try to do. And I think that's another thing too with like that I should have said earlier that I didn't say is that I am always like booking shows. I'm always
Good.
doing something. I'm always on the go. And I don't know if that's like how you say
Oversaturated.
that's like like if it's oversaturated or not, but it's just what I feel like I'm called to do, you know, to create spaces for people to be in and to like either teach somebody something or, you know, I'm performing and doing all the things all the time.
I respect that. So
Thank
look,
you.
folks, let me just do a quick summary. Duval Folks, party number 4. Don't miss out. Like,
Don't miss out like
Done.
Potter.
please don't. Saturday, April 20th, Cork Arts District. What's that website again? I'm sorry.
So I don't have a website
Or
for
where
it's
can
on
people-
it's on my website. It's a section on my website.
Okay.
But you can find it on Instagram, Duval, Duval, and FOLX, folks.
Yes, I dig it.
Thank you, friends.
Black Toilet. What do you
Yeah.
got in the works, man? What projects can people listen to now, and then what can people look forward to?
Yes.
As of now, I have, let's see, 1 album,
That's
2
amazing.
and a half mixtapes that you should listen to.
Yes.
And my first mixtape that ever came out that you just don't listen to it. I mean, wait, hear me out though. What is on it? And I have a song with my mom on it. There's a song with me and my mom.
What's your mom doing? Is she
Yes.
rapping?
Yeah, she
singing,
has
or-
a full verse.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the first mixtape I ever came
David,
out.
hey, we need to get mom
Yo,
on. We need to get mom on the
yes,
track.
Yes.
Yeah,
You should have
and
invited her to the cypher.
I should have, but she's going to my aunt's new house. Shout out to my aunt in your new house. I'm sorry I couldn't be there right now. But
Damn.
my album that just came out is called Boiled Eggs, and the title came from me eating a boiled egg in my room, and I was like, this would be a cool album name, so I named it, which is how all my names come about, if you were wondering.
You know, I will say this. Sometimes, like, when you meet individuals that just are so carefree, and like you just said, well, I named the album after, because I was eating boiled eggs, and it sounded cool. Like, sometimes purists will be like, what the fuck is that? Like, are you crazy? Like, what? But I'm telling you, folks, like, as all due respect, as silly as it might sound, Black Toilet is really fucking talented.
Yes,
so
he
like you are,
is.
like, I'm down for all the absolute like randomness that you've got going on.
Speaking of randomness, my new album is called Album Title.
Yes. Hell yes. I'm
It's
ready
gonna
for
go
it.
crazy.
I'm really excited
It's
for
gonna
it.
go crazy.
God damn, Black Toilet. Oh man.
I love it.
Like that is great. So, all right. So you're saying that? Do you have anything coming up? So this album title or
Album title's coming out. I shot a video with Hayden Church. Shout out to Hayden. He
Hell
shot my
yeah.
last 2 music videos. That kid is crazy. Me and Yellow Steve
okay?
Hell yeah.
have something coming out. I can't say too much about it, but
Oh.
I just feel bad.
I love rapper talk like that. You can't really say
I
nothing
can't
about
say
it.
Just know,
that.
But it's
just know
coming
it's
out.
going to be
all right?
crazy.
And when it drops,
Oh, I
Yeah,
can't wait.
and the video Hayden shot for Keep It Cool. He shot it before the event we all had together,
Okay. Cool.
and edited it that night, and it was done by the day after.
Oh.
He did all of that in one day, and he is
Damn.
extremely talented.
That's
That's
So
what's up.
we
I
just
d-
shot a video yesterday, and that should be coming out soon.
the only thing I'll say
Oh,
about you,
yes.
Black Toilet, is as far as the YouTube videos that you have, all of those videos. I mean, what I think the other one's The Perfect Weekend that you just dropped. They are all visually just super dope. Like, you can't not stop watching it, and they're only like a minute, 2 minutes, so it's not like you're having to focus too long. But I will say, I wish it was easier to find more of your stuff.
Yeah, I have
on
to get
YouTube.
better at that.
I will say
honestly.
that is the one gripe or critique I have. Is like, if I could find your stuff easier, I promise you I'd be sharing it with 100 times more people.
I'm
But
working on it.
all of your videos are shot really
I
well.
really
Yes.
thank you
Really,
so
really
much.
well. I want to, because you're mentioning Yellow Steve, you're mentioning Hayden, and this goes kind of to you both, and hopefully, Yellow, you could kind of school us. What are some other artists that you guys feel that folks in Jax need to be aware of? And and because I brought up, thanks to you, Geexella, your mix, I found out about indie, and it's like this palm. I swear, I played I played Palm Trees until it was just done. I was like, all right,
So
I'm
good.
good. What are some other local artists, or just Jacksonville artists? Let me say it like that.
Yeah.
That you guys feel that, if you like us, you'll definitely like so and so.
Yeah.
First of all, Yellow Steve is one of the
Yes.
most talented rappers in Jacksonville.
100%.
He's like in my actual top 5 favorite rappers list.
Yeah.
That says a lot. That it's like he's really good. It's him. Voodoo's also another really good rapper. I Am Aura is also like another really good lyricist. He's really good. Wit, Hitchcock Martin, he's going crazy right now. He has an album on the way. Shout out to Yellowstone. There's a punk rock group called Scum.
Oh, yeah.
They're
dope.
shutting it down. They're doing like random local shows. They're getting shut down on the sidewalk in 5 Points right now. They're going crazy.
They're going real hard.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's really dope. So let me tell you how I find out new artists here in town. On Mondays when I go over my mom's for family dinner, I'll go in David's room. I'm like, all right, who do I need to be up on?
I would definitely also say the Color Knots are really amazing. Yeah, they're like these two amazing, like beautiful, angelic voices. So good. Also, our love culture. All go hard. I mean, individually. And as a group as well. Yeah. My favorite rapper in Jacksonville is Chi, aka Cheech for Rain, aka just an amazing.
I'm looking at David right behind his shoulder, and all he's doing is like nodding and pointing and throwing black power fists. I don't know if that's called for.
Hell yeah!
No.
But yeah, shout out to Love Culture. They just got on a Sprite playlist on Spotify. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, those two. Also, Tenny Rudolph.
How could I forget? Go stream Pope.
Yeah, go stream Pope.
Stop what you're doing. Go stream Pope.
He's got so many.
Stop everything.
He's got so many demo songs that I'm like, or unreleased or just demo.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
How's this a demo?
I know he's so good.
He
so
still didn't send
good.
me my song back.
Yes.
We have a song on the way.
Oh, I'm so here for that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Geexella's the next up and coming artist out of Jax.
Oh,
Geezella's
stop it.
Performing at South by Southwest. I don't even know if
she's about
unofficial
to
showcases.
and
Wait,
about
Sailor Goon as well.
Oh, how could we
Shout
forget?
out to Sailor Goon.
Kayla Lee. She's doing her thing. Her new songs went crazy.
Sailor Goon.
I'm forgetting about I Am Say. I'm forgetting about him, Balil.
Yeah.
The whole Bartley family doing their thing.
And this is what I mean by like
Najee. I always say her name wrong. Najee.
She's going crazy. Landon, the producer, he just came out with his album.
Oh damn.
Me and Yellow Steve.
There's so many people.
This is what I mean by a quote unquote new wave or new class or new whatever you want to call it. Like I just feel like there is this scene and this resurgence in the Duval music scene, whether it is hip hop or like you said punk rock. It's like it kind of like it seems like you guys don't care about the genre. It's like like you just shouted out like a punk rock band.
I used to be in it.
Okay, word.
Oh, hell
so
yeah.
it's like
you were for like
it almost seems like this new crop of like amazing artists that I don't really care if you're hip hop or whatever it is. Like we're trying to do the same thing.
But I definitely agree with what you were saying too earlier, Black Toilet, about just like wanting more collaboration, more like punk sets, like just like, you see a hip hop band, you see a rock band, or you see like a indie band, you know what I mean? Like wanting to see like more like fluidness in the lineups and things like that.
You know what else needs to happen more often?
What?
More producer sets.
Yes.
Producers also don't get
like
enough love.
Like a controllerized set, 100%.
More producer sets.
But I think it's hard because it's like a lot of folks down here, I don't think really respect that either.
Don't.
Like there's a whole like lo-fi like wave that is like happening, you know what I mean? But it's like, will folks like come to a show where like people are just playing beats, you know what I mean?
I have an idea. You don't tell them who's performing.
Don't tell them.
So let me ask you guys this.
No headlines.
And G, I'm really curious because you had you went to South by Southwest. You did, I think, some shows out there.
Yeah.
So you've got kind of a fresh perspective for this question. Do both of you feel confident in the support that you're getting from the community and from the city? And maybe even, are you guys hopeful about having a sustainable career? And being able to live off your art here in Jax. And if not, if the answer is no, I want to hear maybe some solutions or some recommendations. But I mean, Black Toilet, with you being a young cat, do you feel that in the next, whatever it may be, 5 years, that the support that you're getting from the community will be enough to have sustainable a life doing what you love to do?
I feel like with that, it all starts with me. Like, am I going to keep up with everyone's like demand for my music, or am I going to continue to produce at a level, or am I going to keep up with everyone else? So I feel like I should worry about how well I'm going to be in 5 years from now. Other than, will people support me in 5 years? So I feel as if I could continue to move like upward and get better with my craft and stuff, I feel as if I will be able to live off of my art.
That's a really sage answer you just gave. Like, well ahead of your years. Like, I'm really impressed by it. And I say that once again, full respect. That's a really good outlook on that.
Hell yeah.
G, with you having been performing in different cities, same question. I mean, how do you feel about the support you're getting here in town? I mean, do you see a need to have to move to a bigger market to fulfill your dream or see yourself, doing this full time?
For me, I feel like yes, I would have to. Only just because of like opportunities and just like being able to like network with more things and kind of like rub elbows with like certain folks. But I mean, as of right now, like 100% I'm sustaining, the things that I, just to like pay bills and things like that, doing weddings, doing like private events, like hell yeah. But just like wanting to like do more than just like sustain. Like I want to travel. I want to DJ festivals like across the United States and around the world. So for me, like as of right now, like sustaining is like, yeah, 100%. Like I'm getting like fucking booked, here for that. Here for that. Like my rent is going to be paid, like if I have a job or not for the next couple of months. But just for the opportunities that I want to have, the experiences that I want to have, like I feel like I will, have to move eventually to gain that. But I mean, as of right now, like I'm cooling, getting my like networking through like just the internet and like going to like different cities and performing like different shows and stuff like that. I'm trying to keep up with like my images online and yeah, that's been helping me a lot.
Where do you guys learn how to do all of this when it comes to managing a brand, managing your music, producing, DJing, etc.? Like we live in an age where we can go on Google, YouTube, and essentially learn anything we need to learn.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine you guys are taking full advantage of accessibility, but I mean, how is there any other ways that you guys go about learning how to do what you do?
I'm learning by ear as of now. I first started on FL Studio. Shout out to everyone who started on FL.
Hell
I feel
yeah.
like everyone who produced started.
I swear to God, David's throwing up like the fourth Black Power fist, and I just don't get it.
Everyone that started on FL.
Yes.
So I bought FL.
Did you?
Yo, everyone has the air quotes when they say it. No,
Everyone has purchased
look,
FL.
Ninth Wonder
Yes.
has even said, yo, I just bootleg that shit.
Yeah, everyone is
Found that zip.
It was actually forwarded to me, but that's beyond that's beside the point. But I bought FL, went to YouTube.com and learned how to use it.
Hell
Studied YouTube for a month, and then stopped using YouTube and then started producing. Then I just recently bought my dream piece of equipment, which is a machine.
Ooh.
I'm in love. So
Yes. Which one did you get?
I have the MK3,
Oh, okay.
but I have the micro version though.
Oh, okay,
Dope.
gotcha.
But it's still pretty.
Yeah, it's still
Now,
good.
when it comes
Still
to and Black, I'm just going to stay on you for a quick minute because your main occupation is rapping, rapping and producing. There's a long line and a very rich history when it comes to hip hop producers rapping and whatnot. I mean, did you go back and research and learn like the beginnings, the origins, or what? I mean, was that a conscious thing to do, or was that just because you happen to love rap anyways?
I'm kind of learning as I go.
Okay.
So I'm not like
How often are
actively-
you revisiting like the classics that people say are classics or whatnot?
If I'm listening to like rap or hip hop, that's all I'll listen to.
Okay.
I don't really like the let me take this back. The music that's coming out today isn't for me.
Fair.
I've heard Vince Staples explain this very vividly, and I stand by it. Me saying I don't like someone is like taking away from what they're doing, so it's just not for me.
Fair.
So I would just listen to all the things that are for me. So like early 2000s, early 90s, early 80s,
And you probably
mid 50s.
you probably answered that
Mid
because
70s. Shout out
because
to
of-
Cortex.
because of
Yes.
the Cortex is so good.
So
Yo, yeah.
which one? It's like a disco Cortex and then like a crossover jazz Cortex.
No, the jazz, the French jazz.
Have you ever heard of the disco Cortex? I heard a Psy Cortex.
You can show me all this offline. That sounds dope.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, but that's what I'm saying is the fact that you brought up enjoying jazz like you do. I think that's a really good fundamental area to start with because I mean, so much of hip hop has been influenced by things like jazz and the R&B and soul. So I think you've got that base covered. So big ups to you on that.
Yes.
Same thing for you, G, because I was listening to your completely booked podcast interview. So shout outs to Jenna
Yes,
and Hurley.
shout out to
Fantastic
them. Love
podcast.
them.
Great interview, by the way.
Well, thank you.
And you had mentioned like your computer broke down and you went on YouTube University. You know, you're a proud member of YouTube
100%.
University, and you learn how to do it yourself. I mean, is that the same way you did with DJing and rapping and singing? I mean, 100%. You had Willie, of course.
Yeah, I had Willie for the singing and the rapping. Well, more so the rapping. He helped me a lot more with. The singing, I went to art schools my entire life, so like been classically trained since I was like 12. Yeah, hell yeah. So DJ was definitely a trial and error too. Like my homie had a controller. I just figured out how to press play, how to load songs, and just kind of like went from there. I think I'm still doing that. I definitely need to revisit like how to do some other like functionality things. But I think I really have a niche for just like trying to like fill out the vibe, like figuring out like where folks are going. I know what shit I like to listen to, and I really like try to stick to that when I'm DJing, just like playing the songs that I want to play. But I still 100% need to learn a lot more technicality things, like how to mix better, how to like, you know, make sure I'm doing like the right BPMs with, you know, things like that. But yeah, that's something that I definitely try to go to YouTube for. Also just like listening to my favorite DJs like currently that are like killing it.
Who are some of those?
Some of those right now, Unique, she's definitely one of my favorite DJs. She's like a club, like a New Jersey club DJ, and also Bebe, she's out in California. They're creating like a lot of the spaces that I'm trying to do. Also Gemini, shout out to her. She's out of Durham, North Carolina.
Nice.
And these are all like fucking amazing like black women DJs that are like killing it right now. They all, well, not Gemini, but Bebe and Unique just got booked for Afropunk. So yeah, and also Poppy Juice, they're also like a dance party out in New York. So yeah, those spaces are just kind of like what really model like what I want to do and like what I want to create. So yeah.
Whoa. So one of my favorite parts of these previous Trust Your DJ episodes have been the segment or the portion where we allowed the DJs, the rappers, etc., to kind of share their like their gripes and pet peeves when it comes to DJing and rapping and things like that. And it's not like you know, it's definitely a venting session, but I structure it in a sense of like informational. Like I'm sharing these gripes and these pet peeves with you, not because I want to bitch about it. It's because I want people to do better when they show up to a DJ gig or a club or a show. Like I want them to know, like from our perspective, what we absolutely wish you would know. And if you've ever
put your phone down when you're at an event, please.
Nick Fresh, Mass Appeal, Mal Jones, Al Pete, they all have shared really good ones, and I want to offer you guys both the same ones. I mean, Black Soul, you just kicked this off. You're saying so from a rapper perspective, you absolutely cannot stand when people have their phones out.
It bothers me. Or when it's just so many.
Go off.
No, come on. and feel free to share too.
When as a producer, when someone asks you for a beat and you give it to them and you don't hear from them, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I swear I wrote to it and it's recorded and it's sitting in my laptop.
He's lying.
No, it's in my laptop.
He's lying.
But besides us two, I hate it. Dude, it's already hard enough to produce for myself and my close friends, but when someone else asks for it, I think of you and then I personally make that beat right then and there. I don't often send off beats I made because they just sit on my computer.
Yeah.
So if I personally make you a beat, either say, hey, I'll get to this soon, they'll say, I'm on it, and then I hear from you 3 months later of a snippet you recording on your iPhone, don't send me an M4A file.
Damn.
Don't. Stop, please.
Please.
That's pretty good. G, what about you?
I just don't like to be talked to while I'm DJing. Like, don't request a song. Like, that's something that I always put. I'm like, no requests, like, ever. No, I think it.
Why is that?
And it's because, like, I really take the time to try to curate, like, a certain, like, type of playlist that I want to have or a certain type of vibe. Like, I'm playing, like, fucking Bins, like, by Solange, and someone asked me to play Pink, like, Get the Party Started, like, 5 times. I'm like, what? Like, do you listen to the type of music that I'm playing right now and you request, like, some, like, random, like, off-the-wall shit that's, like, not even in the vibe? If it's within the vibe and you actually have a good good like taste in music, then yeah, I'll listen to you. But if you're just like requesting some like random ass shit, you know what I mean? And I think because like I like kind of I'm perceived as like a female, so folks feel like they can like come up to me and like I have like this inviting like type of like vibe, but it's like I'm working. Like I like took time out to like make this playlist, to like download. I spent like 2 hours trying to download all these songs, try and think about like, okay, I can transition this or I can do that, you know. And then folks are like asking me like, oh, can you play this song? And I'm like, no, I don't take requests.
When we first had when we first did our you know Trust Your DJ music episode, that was one thing Nick had mentioned, and it was the way he said it. And from then on, I was like, I won't ask for a request because you're right. It's like all we see is you playing music. Fiddling with whatever it may be, pressing a button, doing whatever on your computer.
Performance.
You don't see what we don't see is the amount of time leading up to the performance. Yeah, like you said. Figuring out, okay, what vibe am I going for? What's going to happen after this song? What's the transition? It's like,
and that's the thing. I'm always thinking like 2, 3, 4, 5 songs ahead of like, okay, shit, I haven't played this song yet. Like my computer does tell me when I have already played a song, but you know, I'm always thinking about, okay, I need to play this song next. I need to do this song next, you know, or, oh damn, what is that new song that just came out? And I'm like randomly thinking about it in the middle of a song, like, oh shit, this song will actually sound better after this song, you know? And people don't understand that, and I'm like in the middle of that, then it's like, can you play? And I'm like, no, can you get the fuck away from me right now? Like I'm trying to figure out like what, you know, is my next move, you know. It's like a chess like type of situation. That, and can I also talk about like
this is y'all like, chance.
Wait, before you say like, that though, before you say that, all right, so remember what I said earlier about if I don't like something, I shouldn't say I don't like it. I should say it's not for me.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind for a sec.
Oh, damn.
There's a lot of music out there being underappreciated due to how music's going nowadays.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
I'm just
wait, no. Look, on the short box, we don't, you got to go into that a little more.
I love that.
Like, this is a safe space. We ain't going to judge you.
If you're singing, you're singing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You should be labeled as a singer. You're not a rapper, dude.
Yeah.
Auto-tune is not for rappers.
No, it's not.
It's for singers to help them hit notes, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You are not a rapper.
Yes.
Claps are cool. 808s are also cool. Bars are also cool. Like words matter, right?
Yes.
You're not a rapper. How do I say this you're an R&B artist? You're in.
So wait. Are you coming at it from an angle of get an idea of what genre? I'm trying to just help me connect the dots.
Pick a lane, please.
Pick a lane.
Hip hop and rap took so long to form.
Yeah, and be respected.
So long.
I think it's still trying to be respected.
Oh, it took so long, and all of that's going down the drain. Though, did you see who just won a Grammy for best rap album? Did anybody else see that?
Who was it? As David leaves the building.
Did anybody else see that?
Actually, you gotta help me out.
Was it Cardi B? Yes. Cardi B just won Best Rap Album. Best Rap Album. Think about the albums that came out last year.
Okay, so
it's heartbreaking.
High school
so
and early college Botter would agree with you 1,001%. Like I was in the same mindset, but it comes back to that. Well, one, we're dealing with the Grammys, which is not. I think people put too much weight into what they say is this is the rap. It's like you are clearly these judges are not in tune with the genre and the nuances of whatnot. But and Black, so I'll ask you this: we had talked about how certain rap there's a rap for everything. Like there's a vibe for everything. Like even though it's not your rap, like don't you think that maybe for someone that might have been
be their rap? That's why I said. For me to say I don't like something isn't safe to say what's good and what's not good.
But if we also talk about the origins of hip hop, like hip hop was just trying to like be like a staple in music. They're trying to represent, trying to like take up space, trying to be like respected. And for Cardi B, and from my perspective, she like kind of like gives off this like reclaiming of like sexuality and being a black woman and being like like a Afro Latinx woman too, also a sex worker, and there's something that's also very powerful about that too.
And she's extremely relatable for a lot of people.
For a lot of folks, and whether you agree with her bars or anything like that, for Cardi B
it makes
to
sense.
be like loved by like so many different types of people compared to like when Lil Kim came out, you know, during that period, and like how she was very much so like a woman that's like reclaiming her sexuality, reclaiming like her body, you know.
And that's why I can't be like I'm the same. I think I'm the same kind of camp with you, like where it's like Cardi B's music doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
Like I have
it's not for me.
like my girlfriend loves it. Like more power to her. It's not for me. But I can't undervalue. It's raining too. I cannot undervalue
her accomplishments.
Because of I love Lil Kim's first album. I love Foxy Brown. And it's like.
See, that's why I love
they weren't able to reach the status that Cardi B is at, but they paved the way.
Yeah,
so I'm sure Lil Kim and Foxy are looking at Cardi like, damn, all right, this is what.
And she was able to come into that. Yeah,
it definitely worked for her. That's why I love
now, the music. Powerful. The music itself is a different topic, but G, anything you want to add as far as DJ gripes or even a rapper singer gripes?
Yeah, just paying them, like pay black femmes 100%. And I don't think people understand when it comes to like a DJ that's like DJing a rap show. You got like 10 niggas that don't have their tracks in order, that don't even know what songs.
Don't have their thumb drive on.
Don't have their thumb drive.
Pull my SoundCloud.
Don't have.
That's a real thing. No, that is a real thing. SoundCloud playlists are being played at shows as we speak.
Don't have their shit labeled, and then I'm supposed to DJ the party at the same time, like, and then DJ their set like that. So I'm DJing the party.
Yep, 1.
And then I'm putting your shit in order.
2.
And then I'm like creating a performance for you.
3.
So I'm doing 3 jobs the entire night. And then I got like 12,000 different people on the lineup because we can't book shows with like 2 like rappers. No, we gotta have 25. And then add more the night of, maybe like 5 more. And I've got to DJ that whole set from 10 till like 2:30 a.m. And then have to sit through the sets as well. Yeah. So 4 jobs. I'm gonna say.
I want to say
just pay them. Not like not $20.
Producers and rappers aren't being paid either.
Yeah, they're not being paid.
Wondering.
Yeah, they're not being paid either. And rappers, your ass needs to get paid.
Verses take a long time to write.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, wait, I had this idea on my walk home. I kind of freestyled it. It kind of flows sometimes. But sometimes you have to sit there and kind of think about something before you write it.
Yeah.
So that takes time. So if you hit me up for a verse,
and you should be paid for that.
I'm not charging you now, but in the near future it might happen. So don't be upset when it does. We just have to look at it as a business. And if you really support your craft, you'll pay for it.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's what a lot of just artists in general. I see it a lot from like my photographer friends, where it's like, I can't pay my bills with exposure.
Yeah.
So don't come at me like that.
Exactly.
I think just you got to put it in a bucket of like anyone who does creative things.
Yeah.
You have to respect it as an exchange. If you're asking me to do X using my talent, then you're gonna have to pay me. Like, you're not like I was just telling you. Like when we had Nick on and hearing his testimonial, it's like, damn. For me, it was like I don't think about the hours people like you and Nick put into making the mixes, picking the songs, curating the vibe, because that's what you guys are doing, is curating the night, curating the playlist. And like it does take time.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Shit, go to a party and have a friend ask you on the spot, yo, can you go and handle the music for the night? I have fucking like you guys want to listen to Common's Resurrection?
Yeah.
Like, no, like pay these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it's a whole thing, and I don't think people like really understand that, and also another thing too, like if you're gonna ask me to be on your event, make sure your flyer is looking right. That shit drives.
We have not heard. That's a new one. Okay.
Crazy.
Is that why all your flyers are really well done?
I do them. Like I get.
Oh, really?
I don't. No, not me. I get them done. Excuse me. I get them done because I can't stand a ugly ass flyer where I can't read the font. I don't know where the event is at. Like, like people asking me. You know what I mean? Like I will remake a flyer, and people know that about me. Like if that shit's not looking right, I will not post it. Like you're not fucking up my feed, bro. Like at all.
You have a really good understanding of the total package. Like you just like your I don't know if it's from Willie or just natural guy. I'm sure it's a combo of both, but the way you think about like, here's my brand, here's how it's being consumed. Like that's a good attitude to have. That seems to be the common trait amongst all of my favorite musicians, artists, etc. Is like they're well aware of how their image and brand is being put out in the world.
Oh, 100.
And they can. I think. I mean, and tell me if you've ever had to face this, but like, I think it's easy to misconstrue that as being an asshole or like, this dude is so difficult to work with. Like,
I think about that all the time.
Yeah, I get that all the time. I get that. Like, oh, G's a diva. G's a superstar. I don't give a fuck. Like, there's a way that I want my shit to look, and I also need to feed myself.
Fair.
Like, a lot. Everything that I do is like to like sustain, but also to be intentional about the work that I'm doing as well. Not every single thing I do get paid for, but I also try and be intentional about the work that I'm doing as well. Even if it's not like DJing or singing or like, you know, doing a workshop or something with kids, like I definitely try to make sure that I have a certain type of vision and people understand like what I'm here to do and like what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
And also I've been around artists my entire life. So, and I pay attention to my favorite artists. Like I pay attention to what they're doing, where they recorded at, who's doing their work, you know, and I try to have that in like everything that I see on my social media too. So
I respect that. Look,
Yes.
I feel like we could easily go another hour, but G, I know you've got a show. Speaking about like hustling and working.
Well, thank you.
You have a show coming up, and I want to be respectful of everyone's
No
time.
worries.
So let me go around one more time. I want you guys to tell me what you have coming up, where can people find you, and maybe give me a track or a project that people can go listen to and kind of get like, okay, this is what I'm in for a Geexella or Black Toilet. G, how about you? And make sure definitely sell us on that Duval, folks.
Oh, well, thank
Let's
you. So Saturday, April 20th, 420, we're going to be at Cork's Arts District. We're going to be dancing, doing all the fun things. You can find me on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on the Instagram, on SoundCloud, Spotify, on Apple Music, on my website. But
Jealous.
it's Geexella, and then my website's geellamusic.com. I will help you, friend.
Spell that
I
out
told
real
you
quick.
that.
Spell that out real
I told
quick.
you I will help you
Please
with
help me.
anything that you need.
Spell it out.
Geexella. That's all my things.
And real quick, if you're on SoundCloud and you're listening to,
you can find
follow Geexella on SoundCloud, but
Yeah.
listen to her Duval Folks playlist
Yes.
because it's so like you'll listen to it and you almost forget like the whole theme of the playlist is Jacksonville talent.
Hell yeah.
Like they're so good.
Speaking of other artists, too, one more artist I'm going to say, Nikki Dawson. That's my girl. I've known her since like freaking middle school. Her music is amazing. But Geexella too. Yeah,
Dope.
that guy.
Black Toilet. Come on. What about you, man?
I'm on Instagram at the Black Toilet.
Yes.
On SoundCloud at the Black Toilet. On Twitter at my dad's missing. I'm also on SoundCloud at DJ Raisin Brand.
And you just got a Twitter too.
Yeah, I'm
Wait, how many
branding
Twitters
the
do you have?
Twitter.
You have my dad's missing. And then
That's
what's
it.
okay, just
That's the only Twitter. And if
Twitter's
there's another Twitter out there at the Black Toilet, report it. If you see my dad's missing
Spam.
and it's that white couple holding hands, you will see it. Report it. That's not
Spam
me.
it. It's
That's funny
spam.
shit.
And
Harmful.
I just want to shout out to your metal straw. That's crazy. I really support that. Honestly, that's crazy. Do you reuse it a lot? Please tell me you do.
Yes, it's a what am I to throw a metal
thank
straw
you,
away?
bro.
No, I recycle.
Honestly,
Or I
the ocean
reuse.
is suffering. This world is suffering right now.
I love
Damn,
it.
Mother
that
Nature
got-
is crying.
That got really metaphysical. Yeah.
Honestly, Mother Nature is extremely sad right now. But if you want to listen to a song that explains who I am, listen to Tata. I wrote it about a girl. She's the worst now. Yeah.
The old young
They're
love
all the
track.
worst.
It sucks, and it hurt a lot. But that song is like one of my best songs lyrically.
Word.
How garbage is that?
No, not garbage.
No, the situation that it's in. One of my best songs lyrically is attached.
I mean,
to it.
isn't that where like artistry kind of thrives? Is like kind of like
Yeah.
that pain and that
it
and joy on the opposite.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, but when you're the person with your best song
Nah,
lyrically
trust
being
me.
attached to a person, it's like.
Trust me.
But shout out to Charlotte.
I have a book full of poems from heartbreaks I will never bust out.
Oh,
Now imagine performing that on stage.
No, never. One of my greatest fears, actually.
oh no.
Folks, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go on a quick music break. We're going to come back with Geexella and Black Toilet. I'm going to play a song by Black Toilet. It's called Braggadocious Lines.
Ayo.
Definitely one of my favorite songs from his collective of songs. So we'll play that real quick. We'll come back, talk with him real quick, and maybe even do a champion season. All right, so stay tuned. And real quick, I want to say this. You guys are fantastic.
Well,
guys.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Like, this is... Like, you guys don't
Honestly.
understand how excited I was to do another music-themed episode, and you guys blew it out the park.
I was
Thank you
excited.
so much.
I
So-
stand Black Toilet.
Oh.
Come on now.
So we'll go ahead and play Braggadocious Lines, and then we'll be right back. All right, folks? Peace.
Hey, could you slow down real quick? I got this Patti LaBelle pie. My bad. And if I spill it, I'm gonna kill you. All right, my bad. I'm sorry. Don't get caught stealing styles, you won't get away. You more like a bank robber with a familiar face. Don't stop to take a nap for a second, you lost your place. Swerving safely, lane to lane, so I won't tip the safe. You feeling great, something like an ace of spades. This Joker, deuce to a diamond plays. You can't move, you and your crew until Simon say. I'm here to plug all of the holes inside, run and play. I'm feeling astronomical, a large size. I'm in the back, wearing fair, trying to touch the sky. Told the driver, pull over, I got Patti LaBelle pies. Well done, game over, you out of lives and tries. I pull up to the function wearing bow ties in the Triumph TR, so why try? I apologize for the braggadocious lines, reading signs with the face mugging like I'm eating lime. Changing myself for the better and you moving backwards. I learned nothing from my teachers.
Keep it.
Hey,
Forever.
Short Boxers, welcome back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that song. That's Braggadocious Lines by Black
Ayo.
Toilet. You can find it on his SoundCloud page. Hold up. I forgot to press record on David.
Man.
Short Boxers.
Damn.
So if you listen to our last Trust Your DJ episode, and this one happened about 8 months ago, we had Al Pete, Mass Appeal was on, Mal Jones.
Respect.
If you remember,
That long ago?
yeah, especially big shout outs.
Big
Big respect. At the second half, when we got back, we did our first ever short box freestyle cypher. It was Al Pete, Mass, Mal Jones, and of course Mecca the Marvelous, the man.
Hey,
one
how y'all
half,
doing?
Yes.
one
Yo.
half of the reason why we have such dope music on the show.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
So-
Thank you so much.
all the respect.
I,
Appreciate it.
So let me tell you what just
my bad,
happened.
my bad.
So
Technical difficulties.
Thank
I
you,
stood
Dark.
up
Technical difficulties.
and my belt buckle fell off. That's what y'all just heard. Yeah, that's how we rock.
All right, look, Short Boxers, we are, through the grace and kindness of Black Toilet and Mecca,
Hey.
we are doing our second freestyle cypher
Hey,
ever.
what's up?
And I'm
Hey.
super excited about this because I get to be like stretching Bobito. So
Hey, yo.
it's going to be my
Who's
role
that?
in this. So I introduce you to you guys
We
the
don't know them
second
over here.
ever Short Box. What's up, Dave?
Bro, before you even start, bro, I just want to say, bro, I feel like terminology on Stat Select album right now, bro.
Who's that?
Those are definitely like some inside baseball.
Yeah,
like
but
lines.
who's that? All I know is the Black Toilet.
Oh.
All right, so
No, wait, no, let me take that back.
What?
That was a joke.
Okay. Short Boxes, I am proud to present the second ever Short Box Freestyle Cypher starring Black Toilet and Mecca the Marvelous.
Let's
Your
go.
boy.
All right, Dave, what we got for beats right here? Let me see what you got. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This little classic.
Sample of Kendrick Lamar's Pride for this one. Don't sue me. I am broke.
They have to find me to sue me. Is what I always say. They gotta find me first. Once they find me, thank you for listening. I'll delete it immediately. I told that to Flalo when I stole his beat. It's alright.
Yo, the wash and dryer going crazy. All right, who's going to lead this off? Nah, David, you do the honors.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, man. Y'all got to set it off?
Nah, feel the shoes.
All right. I guess I'll set it off. I got a heart like a lion because it's full of pride. But never I tell the truth, no, man. I stumbled up, but I might fumble. Man, I'm like Future, but you know I never mumble. Man, that's kind of a diss, but I listen to his music. Matter of fact, let me get into it. How I move with the movement, cause how I maneuver people thinking I might be stupid, but it's all intentional. Wait, why am I stumbling so much when the recording is on? When I killed it before it happened, put it all in the song. Wait, feeling like Black Milk when he produced for Mick Jenkins. Matter of fact, I do it now, this for all my Haitians. Wait, I ain't even Haitian, dog, I'm Moroccan. I do it now cause I'm rocking the microphone, I ain't stopping. So what you know, it ain't possible. Man, I feeling like I've been that phone with Ron and Kim Possible.
Morocco, stand up.
That's crazy. I'ma come through in the bus with 3 old ladies. I'm in a school bus, but nobody else in it. I'm just driving. What you doing? I don't know. It was rented. I'm going on field trip to the gas station. I hop out like, let me get a job. I work at Wawa now. If you got a problem, you can dial my phone number 904. You thought you was getting those? Nope. Not now. Look, I'ma come through with a towel on.
Oh,
I'm that wet with it. Look, I'ma come through with a pen and a piece of paper, cause I'm just that poetic. Look, I'ma come through with a shower curtain wrapped around my legs. Why? Cause I'm too wet with it. Look, listen, you gonna have to have windshield wipers.
hold up. Let me
Switch it up one time. Switch it up one time.
Hey, hold up. This is another one.
So you gonna come through with the shower curtain.
Imagine me pulling up with a shower curtain on.
I'm dead.
But the fashion industry can't stand a chance. Hold on,
That's man,
hold
you
on.
talk about a toga.
This is more serious. Hold up. Yo, Black Toilet never releases beast mode, but now you got me feeling all blue. That was an X-Men reference if you didn't get it. Now I'm stepping, got to stay committed. You get smacked with the back of the hand if you start disrespecting all the people that came with it. I was off and now I'm on with it. If you really had the problem, should've let me know when we was there. Now you on the internet saying how life ain't fair. Then I twisted my hair to get attached to the people who came before here. Wait, if you didn't get that, then stay away from us. We don't fear anybody that came with the two-tone, three-wheel tire standing on the concrete. Hot hydraulics bouncing up and down. I am a mind freak, standing out, avoiding the line like it's mime sweet. If you really had a problem, don't address me, cause I will ignore it like the phone calls when I'm in my garage. Please do not try to bother me.
I lay it down like that bathroom tile, and I'm feeling like below the heavens, cause I'm blue in exile. Rap and produce. Matter of fact, I gotta speak the truth, because I'm like Tupac without the juice. They say I have no talent, but that's whatever. I work harder than y'all, and I've been in the studio for like 6 hours involved. Engineer it, produce it, and then I put it out quick, cause everybody know y'all stealing my man. I got that sauce like Nesquik. Man, they said I can curse. Damn, dawg. No, I'ma kill them when I put in the verse. Wait, I gotta speak it to the universe first, because you gotta be on my level. Consume some mushrooms first before you know what I'm on. If I fall, it's like Icarus. Lightning strikes down on the ground as it goes, and I produce everything, cause I got my own sound. If you wanna mess with me, then go ahead and cop a lease now.
Oh,
Two, three to the four.
And the blue.
Toilet man started rocking,
yeah.
and I know you want more. Better lock both of your locks before I come to the door, cause if not, I run the pockets and you know you want more. The toilet man start to stacking the rhymes. I flick it like 7 times like a lighter that don't work. If you got a problem, better start on your homework, because the book is now smacking the ground and I'm done first. And if you had the problem, guess what? Now you in a hearse. On the way to church will serve a wait. I don't go to church. I meant church rehearsal like the choir. They just went silent. And matter of fact, I started teething before I start rhyming. But now it's backwards. You even bastard, nigga.
All right, we got. I can switch to one more beat. All right. Even the cameraman had to quit.
Amazing.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. We got one more beat. That was fine.
That was so good.
Bruh, we doing the song together eventually, bruh. We doing the song eventually.
Even the cameraman had to leave.
Let me set this one off, man. You can't just kill me like that.
I'm sorry.
You want to fast forward a little bit?
I'm trying to.
Nah.
But yeah, that blue line you did was
Yeah, it was great. I'm trying to follow you up.
Hold up. Hey, matter of fact, I don't speak it into the choir. People always asking me the things that I acquire, all the spiritual wealth and everything I had. But matter of fact, I just had to do it for myself, cause please, I gotta do it for my people in this Duval. I had to train a thought, but it fell off the rail. Matter of fact, I'm going to another state of mind. My mind playing different. Tell me what you wanna do. They ask me how I'm living. I say I'm doing great, but you can't do what I do. You wanna walk in my shoes? That's okay, because I sell souls too. I ain't talking no Grim Reaper, but tell me what you wanna do. They say that he's a diva. No, saying he's too much to work with. But matter of fact, I deserve everything I got before they closing the curtains. The beat stop. That's okay though, because I'm feeling like I'm taking hearts like Kano. Cause the words I speak, the light that I have, it's people saying this is the epitaph. No, this is the prophecy, cause it gotta be an anomaly. The way that I spit it so properly, gotta do it till these people gonna acknowledge me. The marvelous sound, the marvelous style, like getting it now. The marvelous child, cause he was so golden, like that gauntlet that Thanos had.
Constructing over the beats like it's Play-Doh. control the time like a potato at the science fair. What you know about that? Oh, it ain't fair. Get smacked and you lost your hair. I'm really balling like... Sorry, balling. I don't know. Whitney Houston. Wait, that wasn't funny. Let me take it back. Houston, we have a problem. So do I. It's a black cat riding around in a black Mac, and it's attached to his lap. He took it apart like a MacBook. That's a laptop. It's on top of his lap like a laptop. Get it? You get smacked until the clock stop. But the clock wait for no man. I got it tattooed on my thigh. You won't understand. The hourglass is endless this time. I sit on the toilet every time I'm writing a rhyme, and then I stare into the mirror, then I tap in my mind 7 times. I rewind everything that I can bind inside of the bowl, milk, cereal, spoon. Sit onto the table, prepare you for your doom. If you got a problem, grab a broom and a dustpan because you're ashes, ash to ashes. Spin it back like 7 times. I'm running faster than flashes.
David, you want me to switch up the beat?
Oh man.
Here. One last one and then we'll call it a day.
All right, then I'll start this one off then since I ended the last one. Because I started
Black. Bless us, Black.
All the bombs.
Feel the way it was going down my spine. Hold up. Bars going over the head like the shower. Don't open your mouth if you a coward. Courageously, I can do anything on purpose. It's purposely. I'm standing on the block with verbs and they attach to my words. And every time I open my mouth, I splurge. But not physically, it's all mentally. I came through and smacked anything that ever meant to me because I disabled everything. I'm sitting in my garage while the washer and dryer going. Is this all a mirage? Is everybody gonna disappear once I start purchasing massages? I don't know. Everybody kind of like camouflage. They all blending in, working together, complimenting sins. Everything tethers on who saw us. I did. Shit was good. I'm coming through in your mama neighborhood. Big old gun in the back of the trunk. I will never use it though. I thought you understood. Black people matter.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing I ever said.
Yeah. You can't break it down and build it like it's IKEA. I'm overheads like cartoons with bright ideas. Tell me what do I gotta do? Cause I'm rolling like a truck tire. Matter of fact, I might retire. No, that's a unicycle. Cause I'm never be the one tired. That's the Absol line from 2013. But it don't matter what I do. My 16 split spleens. Matter of fact, it split screens like it's Call of Duty and 2 people playing on one controller. Like do it now that I'm rolling up in the Motorola. My people going green like they slipping backwards like it's Yoda. Tell me what you do. My people popping like some soda.
He said, my bars don't break like an old Motorola. I'ma come through drinking flat soda. I'ma come through with a broken controller. Plug it to your Xbox, nigga. I ain't playing no games. I'ma come through switching lanes. I'ma come through spitting flames. Flames on the side of my car, nigga. I'm switching lanes. Nigga, I got one brain. It's split into like 7 different pieces though when I learned my name. Toilet man, not here for the fame. TOILET. I brought the flow back just for the thing. I came through eating wings. I went vegetarian, got sick. Got unhealthy and started eating wings. Listen.
Man. All right, you know what? We'll wrap it up with that. Applaud to both of you.
Amazing.
Y'all fucking did it, man.
Thank you all so much.
That blue line. I'm so done.
Mecca the Marvelous. Ladies and gents, let me go and make sure I give the proper credit to my man, my little brother David, aka Mecca the Marvelous, for
your man, though.
Always producing, for always producing such dope instrumentals and content that we're fortunate enough on the show to use for break time and our intro.
So nice.
And Black Toilet, man.
So dope.
Damn.
Just
damn.
Right.
Real quick, I saw on your I think it was like your Instagram, you're gonna start hosting freestyle ciphers.
Oh yes, that's happening
Hell
soon.
yeah.
That's gonna happen.
I want to construct all the best MCs in Jacksonville to show people that words do matter. So if you feel as if you can rap, even if you're not in Jacksonville, if you're hearing this for somewhere near or far and you want to come to Jacksonville and show people that words matter, hit me up. We will have a location and a date soon.
Hell yeah.
Done deal.
I can't wait for
Done
that.
deal. All right.
Producers too. Senior beats now. There's limited spots.
Limited.
All right, D, I appreciate you coming on the mics and representing for the short box, spitting for
Hell
us.
yeah.
Always.
Thank you so much.
G and Black Toilet, like I was telling you guys, we're about to wrap up the show, but we have one last segment to do, and that is our champion season. Champion season for you first time tuning in is the last segment of our show. It is our chance to go around the table and allow everyone a chance to highlight one or two things within pop culture. So this could be a movie, a television series, an album, a comic book, a book, whatever it may be. We feel that, hey, this is really dope and you should be checking it out too, and here's why. So, G, I'm going to start off with you. What do you want to champion today?
Ooh, damn. Can I pass? I got to think about it.
No, it's fine. How about this? How about this?
I'll take it.
Yeah, go off.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave. What do you want to champion today?
Today I want to champion it's a game called Undertale.
Whoa.
It's like I think it was like a Kickstarter game that like became like an internet sensation, whatever, by this cat named Toby Fox. I haven't played it because but it's pretty much it's a game like it's pretty much just talk. The game doesn't really have like a concrete meaning. It's just it brings up so many points about like how we consume media and how like things that
this is way too deep of a game for me. I just want to jump mushrooms. All right, jump on mushrooms. All right.
Hey, I just want you, it is made in a cartoon style though. It's kind of like Earthbound. You heard of that?
No, yeah.
It was that, and I want to. This kind of like going back, but the Kanye's production on that Teyana Taylor album.
That Teyana Taylor album was among at least my top 5 favorite albums of last year.
Yeah,
like,
that's
that production on that album, so
and
the singing too.
Because it was like I listened to it, but I didn't get to like appreciate like the production. Like Kanye did some J Dilla-esque level things on some of those samples, and we here, we are here.
Yeah.
I just want to shout that out, man. Like that song, are amazing.
What about you, Black Toilet? What do you want to champion today?
Ooh. Can I champion 2 things at once? Because they kind of shaped who I am as a person. I'm want to champion Napoleon Dynamite and Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh my God,
that's the 2 best movies to ever be created.
If Napoleon Dynamite
got fight anybody.
If Napoleon Dynamite got on the mic and had fucking fire ass bars like you do, then yeah, I can see that.
That's amazing.
Oh my God, are you the Napoleon Dynamite a rap?
I wish. That's
I don't
going
know.
in my bio. Honestly, those are the 2 movies I want to champion, and I just want to champion Jacksonville, Florida as a whole.
Yes.
There's so many people in here that are just waiting to just blow the scene, blow the roof off the scene. I want to champion my mom. She's in Jacksonville. I want to champion the Short Box. They're in Jacksonville. I want to champion Geexella. I want to champion the super group that's now forming we can't talk about. I want to champion myself, for not giving up. That one time I almost stopped.
Yes,
I'm glad you didn't pass Malik. You're a bitch. I want to champion everybody who believe in themselves. You feel me? Believe in you. You can do it. You are extremely important. Honestly, everyone is important, and never forget that. Also want to champion Charlotte.
Word.
Hell
Damn,
yeah.
I respect all of that. I'm here for that. G, what about you? What do you want to champion
I'm champion the Black Toilet as well.
Come on now,
Black
relax.
Toilet. No, for real. We were talking before. We were talking about what you had, and you have it. Whatever it is, you have it. Your bars.
And you know, G, I was telling her I was going to tell you in person. You just happen to have whatever I think it is when people would say, yo, he's got it.
Yeah.
I think you have it. You've got like this weird magnetic dynamic to you. It's like, I can't stop watching.
A lot of charisma.
You're and you're cool. Like you're like so cool, even on stage too. I know you haven't seen it yet, but you're very like the same, and I love that. I love that so much. You're not timid. You're killing it. So definitely want to champion that. Also want to champion Ivy Soul. I'm like so obsessed with her music right now. I met her when I was in South by, and I was like totally starstruck. But her whole record is like really nice. It's like really smooth. I love her vocals on that. That's it for now. I haven't really been watching shit. I haven't really been doing that. I'm gonna champion self-care because that's what I've been trying to do.
Let's go.
That's what I've been trying to do. I moved into a new space, so I'm trying to just like nest in that. So self-care, I'm gonna champion that.
Fair. I'm gonna wrap us up, and I'm gonna champion 2 things. One is an app. It's called Song Shift, and maybe you're familiar with this, but I think anyone that dabbles in Spotify or Apple Music would probably benefit from this, especially if you're like me, where you have like 17, 20 different playlists on either app, and you wish that you had an opportunity to just basically copy and paste that one playlist from this app to this one. Song Shift, and this is not like a sponsored thing or whatnot. Like, it's a genuine app that I really mess with. It's called Song Shift. It allows you to transfer playlists that are already existing on, like, say, Apple Music to Spotify or vice versa, or create new playlists based on whatever songs you got selected here in Apple Music to Spotify. I think like the pro version is like $3. You know how it is with apps.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend it because I have so many playlists I make for different moods, different like events, different kind of vibes, and instead of having to like go through each playlist and finding each song by song shift does a really good job of just making like a quick exchange between both parties. So I recommend that. And then I recommend this documentary that I found on the Vice Japan YouTube page. Hey. It's a documentary on Pen and Pixel. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but Pen and Pixel, for those unaware, it's a graphic design company that's based out of Texas, Houston, Texas, and is run by the Broach brothers. They're, like I said, a graphic design firm, and they made their name doing album art for rappers, primarily in the South and the Southwest. And they consider the golden age of Pen and Pixel in the 90s and early 2000s. I mean, these guys, are you guys familiar with Pen and Pixel? All right.
Feel me. And I'm probably
No.
aware,
Trust me.
like,
It's definitely one of those things like you've seen their work, you just don't know who's behind it.
Yeah.
All of those No Limit, Cash Money.
Are you talking about
albums?
the big diamond letters on the top and bottom of pictures? Is that
Anytime
what
you
you're
see
talking
like
about?
anything from like 8-Ball and MJG during this time frame.
What?
No Limit.
So they made
this graphic
the BG
design company is
covers.
responsible for all of these album covers that have the super photoshopped and posed like cars, diamonds.
What the fuck?
Like it's like you've seen their work,
Yeah,
and even
yeah.
non-rap fans have seen their work. So anytime that you've seen like a rapper on a cover and it's like clearly photoshopped with women, cars, diamonds, explosions.
Fire.
I want to
like,
say.
that's in my
Let me
head.
see if I can find it. But I know like No Limit used them. Cash Money used them a lot.
I can pull up
Yeah.
the Chopper City cover.
Yeah, go ahead. And I want to
That's
say, I think like
amazing.
Lil Wayne's. What's the album before Carter 1? It's like 500.
What, Block is Hot?
Yeah, The Block is Hot. I think that's
Yeah.
an example of like a Pen and Pixel
100%.
work.
That is insane.
I just want to say
I didn't know
that
was a
is
group of
that is
people.
Yeah.
incredible.
So,
brand
and
You're
it-
talking
style.
about like this, right?
Yes, exactly.
What?
So what Black Toilet's showing us, he just typed in what is that?
Gotcha,
BG.
gotcha.
BG album
Yeah.
covers, and it's like all of his covers were made by them. Apparently, like look how good that is.
Yes, I mean,
Yes.
as a kid
During
or,
the time?
at the time, it's like, what the hell is this? Like, but
So the documentary is about
yeah,
them?
it's about like these two Italian brothers who
Oh my god.
started this design firm, and they offered rappers to do their album covers, and they had different like tier packages. It was like for $500 we'll Photoshop you some cars, and then like there's different and they had like a master tier with like whatever you can think of, whatever you want us to make,
my
we'll do it.
God. That's
and
amazing.
And I bring it up because they're very, very pivotal to the visual style of Southern hip hop,
Yes.
especially at the time.
is crazy.
Because everyone was using them. Like I said,
Yeah.
No Limit, who was dropping an album every other week. Cash Money, who had 5-6 different members.
Yeah.
Each one of them had a similar style. They're like integral to this visual element of hip hop,
Wow.
which lately this year I've really been kind of trying to champion is like the visual elements of hip hop. So
Yeah.
They
hip hop,
created an era for album
exactly.
covers.
Yes,
and
they did.
exactly.
They weren't even aware of it at the time.
Right.
Exactly. So like
Wow.
now you look back and it's retro. It's cool. It's like
Yeah.
I think now we're appreciating like the South had not only its own sound,
Yeah.
but its own fucking look.
Yes.
Visually. Like
Yes.
no one was doing the blinged out text, or whatnot.
And it was
Blinged
translated
out
into
text.
music too.
Yeah.
Like,
Ring era,
that's what
for real.
That look is what it sounded like.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the interesting. So if you go on YouTube and you type in like Pen and Pixel documentary, you just got to look for Vice Japan. And at first it's a little misleading because the text is in Japanese, but the whole it's like a 15-minute little video, but it's all in English, so it's easy to
Wow.
follow. But it's fantastic, man. Like
That's amazing.
I just remember as a kid always thinking they looked kind of corny or just like outlandish, but now as an adult and loving hip hop like I do, it's like, damn, this is cool that if you say Pen and Pixel to an old head or just a fan of that like that genre and time frame, they know exactly like, oh, you're talking about the design firm that did all these album covers. I'm seeing now that there's some projects and newer artists that pay homage to that, where they have the blinged out cover, the 3 different cars photoshopped, the
100%,
tigers, etc.
Thank you, 3-6.
But yeah, it's definitely a really good little fun documentary. It'll make you appreciate like that time era or whatnot. But it's Pen and Pixel. It's by Vice Japan. I highly, 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 highly recommend it. So that's what I'll champion today. We
I love how
alright.
when you first said that, no one knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I was thinking
mentioned
about
the covers.
Mario and whatnot.
You mentioned covers, everyone was like, ah.
What?
No, I appreciate it. So that's what I'll champion. That's actually the end of our champion season. I want to reiterate again, Geexella, Black Toilet, thank you guys so much for being amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing, not only guests on the show, but also the things that you guys are doing here in town. I mean, you guys are clearly, from my perspective, very talented musicians, very talented DJs, and just really likable people.
Aw.
I think that's the big reason why I had you guys on, because it's just the energy you guys
Likeable.
put out there.
Likable Tony.
The energy you
Likable
guys
Tony.
put out there.
Tony says I'm mean.
You know, and once again, I am going to shout out Tony and Create Jax, because if it wasn't for his continued dedication into making Jax a better place and highlighting the people who are doing that,
100%.
I probably honestly would not have really been compelled to pursue this episode like I did. So I definitely want to thank him. I want to thank you
Thank you,
too.
Tony.
Thank you.
So I'll give you guys one more chance to not only shout out where people can find you, what you guys have coming up. I mean, I definitely want people going to that Duval Folks
Please
party.
go to Duval Foods.
Oh.
So G, go ahead and run this off.
Yeah, Saturday, April 20th, Cork, next Duval Folks 4. Geexella, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram, GEEXELLA. If you want to book me, I'm always ready to get
Come on.
booked. GeeXellamusic.com, but make sure you got the money for the booking.
Let's go.
like it.
Don't forget it.
Don't
What about you,
forget
Black
it.
Toilet?
Get
Black
the
Toilet,
check,
aren't
y'all.
you doing a show Thursday? This Thursday?
You're right. I have to get on that.
Where you got to show up?
I will. I am right now sitting at 95% being able to tell you I'll be there.
Sweet. I have some unreleased music I'm playing there, actually.
Come on.
Forgot to
let's
talk about
go.
it. All right, but you can find me on Instagram at The Black Toilet, on SoundCloud at The Black Toilet, on Twitter at My Dad's Missing, on SoundCloud at DJ Raisin Brand, and I also do impromptu shows where I wear a bodysuit in the middle of downtown Jax
Wow.
and play dolphin noise screeches on the speaker. But but honestly, at Duval Folks, I took my little brother there because he'd always go to parties that the kids at his school were throwing, and he was like, "That's the most fun he's ever had at like a party."
That's dope. How was your little brother? You don't mind me asking?
He is turning 18
Oh, that's dope.
in August, so he's like 17. He's like,
Oh, that's amazing.
That's
That makes
dope.
that
Word.
makes me happy.
Mecca, what about you, man? I'll give you a shot to holler out your plugs.
This is so bad because I have so many different names for different stuff. My Instagram is Mecca _the _marvelous. That is MECCA_THA_MARVELOUS. Twitter is Mecca _music with the K. SoundCloud Mecca the Marvelous. That is the with an A in it because people, I don't know. Well, you pretty much just type in my name on Google. You can just find everything you need to find.
Or how about this? Just go to shoreboxjacks.com.
Or that.
I got a link to his music.
Thank you.
No worries.
all right, real quick, I forgot to mention it.
Hit it.
I do make beats as Kwanzaa. I produced Boydez alongside with TJ Murph. Shout out TJ Murph. He's a really good producer in Jax. But the Black Toilet.mp3 I produced all by myself in like a day or two. I just sat in the garage for like 2 days straight and like forgot to sleep and produced an entire mixtape. And I also have a SoundCloud coming out titled Kwanzaa, produced by Kwanzaa. I'm gonna be giving away beats for the first week. So if you're like the first 10 people to follow Kwanzaa, you'll get a free beat pack.
Hell
Word.
yeah.
A done deal. Folks, we're going to wrap up this show. Thank you guys so much for listening, for giving these amazing folks here a chance to tell their story or whatnot. Please, if you're interested and you liked what you heard, give them a follow, give them a shout, give them a try. I'm definitely telling you, like, I wouldn't just have a corny folks here on the mic. So
They have the Mecca cosign as well.
yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to go wrap up. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, or opinions about this episode or who we've had on, man, please feel free to shoot us an email at shortboxjacks@gmail.com or leave me a voicemail, man. We got this Google Voice set up. It's 904-580-4095.
right
Yo,
now.
come on. We played a few voicemails. So anyone that's interested, that's 904-580-4095, or you can hit us up on any one of our social media pages. Just search The Short Box. All right. With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll catch you guys in about a week.
yo.
All right.
Peace.
Yo, what happened to peace?
Hey, could you slow down real quick? I got this Patti LaBelle pie. My bad. And if I spill it, I'm gonna kill you. All right, my bad. I'm sorry. Don't get caught stealing styles, you won't get away. You more like a bank robber with a familiar face. Don't stop to take a nap for a second, you lost your place. Swerving safely lane to lane, so I won't tip the safe. You feeling great, something like an ace of spades. It's Joker, deuce to a diamond plays. You can't move, you and your crew until Simon say. I'm here to plug all of the holes inside running play. I'm feeling astronomical, a large size. I'm in the back wearing fair, trying to touch the sky. Told the driver pull over, I got Patty LaBelle pies. Well done, game over, you out of lives and trials. I pull up to the function wearing bow ties in the Triumph TR, so why try? I apologize for the braggadocious lines, reading signs with the face mugging like I'm eating lime. Changing myself for the better and you moving backwards. I learned nothing from my teachers. I learned most of my knowledge from my favorite rappers. The truth to set you free but also lead to a disaster. So I will let you spit your boss but I won't listen after. Cause to be honest, no one trying and it will lead to laughter. I'm making the plans to get it advanced and all of y'all looking like Casper. You'll turn in the sand when I hit his dance and I'm leaving right after.